What's up? It's Ashley with Losing with Sam and Ash, and today we are going to talk about hair flip, lice. That's right, we're going to talk about lice and what in the heck to do about it. Because when I think of lice, I think nasty. I do. I mean, and you probably do too, because I've never had lice in my life. My kids haven't. My sister didn't. Like, nobody in my family ever had lice. So I thought it was disgusting. Like, they were the little bugs that were jumping everywhere and biting and just like going crazy and just blah, you know, just disgusting. Well, here's the deal. That hasn't been my experience so far, and it's because I've learned a lot about these little guys, and I also think that we caught it really early. So I want to share what I know about lice with you. Now, my first instinct was to totally hide this, to not say anything. Are you itching, by the way? Does this make you itch? It's gonna make you itch because it's just weird. Okay, so my first instinct was to, that was just me a zipper. Not sure, understand further. Not say anything about it because people judge. You know who really judges? People that have never had lice, because they think that lice is for white trash people with dirty heads, dirty homes, and no money. Well, let me just tell you, these little buggers, they don't care if you got money. Like, I could literally do a test and hold a lot of money in my hands and they would still be on my head if they wanted to be. Or I could drop the money and there wouldn't be more. So here's the deal. Get that out of your head if you're being judgy McJudgerson about me or somebody else, as they don't care how much money you have. They're not doing like a garden home tour to see how clean your house is. It doesn't have to do that. They are not counting on your chore check-off list if you did your shower. That's not why they do. All they want is it's yucky, here we go yucky. They want to bite your head and they want to eat your head. That's what they care about. That just got gross. Okay, but so here's the deal. Anybody can get lice. It doesn't matter what. It's just if your head touches somebody else's head that has them, then that's how you get them. Of course, you can also get them from hats or sharing brushes or that kind of thing. Now, that is my dog Lola. You can hear her collar jiggling. Lola, stop, sit. This is my dog Lola that was itching. Now here's the deal. That brings me to a little point. Animals don't get human lice. It's very species specific. So you don't have to worry about your dog getting lice or you getting it from an animal. All you have to think about is, I should never hug anybody ever in my life, and I should never wear a hat or a ponytail or touch a pillow or lay against something because there could be a lice or a tiny little net. That's what you should do. You should basically live your life in a bubble. No, I've gone 34 years, never had it. First time my family's ever gotten it. So and here's the thing, I homeschool too. So it's been over Christmas break. We have not been to our school's co-op. We haven't been to basketball, dance, piano, nothing. We have been around one set of kids and we've been to church once a week. So my guess is one of my kids wore a hat to church and somebody else that had it put that hat on and then the hat spread it. That's probably what happened. So although you should not live your life in this bubble because whatever, then you should know that that's how you can get. Now here's the good news, is that lice actually can't live off of the head for very long at all. Lice that has fallen off your head or even fallen down in your hair has so like 98% chance of dying and never living. The eggs hatching. The life cycle of the foal from the egg to the mature lice is 21 days, but the actual life cycle is very short and the eggs take a while to hatch. So you're both trying to, when you go through this, and that's what we're going to talk about, you're going to try to kill the actual little lice, and you're going to try to remove the lice and the nits, the little eggs, because if you remove the eggs, then you don't have a problem. And so what a lot of people do, a lot of people get a box of Rid or Nix, and they basically treat their head or their kid's head with pesticides like kerosene. And so what that does is the lice are now immune to that. So it's not working. It burns scalps, which really hurts. So basically you have all these people walking around thinking that they did what they needed to do, but it hasn't gotten rid of the problem, and the people have owie scalps. And schools are now letting it be so that if you treat the lice, then you can go back. And so once again, it's this kind of double-edged sword where if you treat the lice by CDC standards, you should be good to go. You're fine. However, if you don't actually treat it like you just think you are by putting this poison on your head, then it's not good to go. And so this is where I want to show you what my family did to get rid of the lice. Some of the things we did seemed a little bit overboard, but I don't want to play. I do not want to play. So the first thing that we did is I bought a box of the Rid, which is the poison, only for this comb. Now I later found out that you can get this at a pet store. It's like a flea comb, and it has two sides. And basically what you have to do is you have to go through every little bit of hair. So you are going to comb it and to like a strand like this, and then you're going to go through piece by piece. And so a lot of people, they're just going to brush it out or put that stuff and be like, see ya. But you've got to go piece by piece because you want to look at the scalp, and they look clear and then kind of grayish brownish, and they're flat. And they kind of look like shadows, and they don't like move quick, but they elude you. So they're very small and very hard to see. It's not going to be like bugs coming out of your head. So that's why you want to go hair by hair, because the goal, remember, is to remove all of them, not to play this game. I ain't no player. I'm not going to play your game. So you have to go hair by hair. Now you're going to look for the little bugs, and then you're going to look on your hair shaft for these tiny, tiny little eggs. And they kind of look like a tiny bit of dandruff, but dandruff just will kind of go away. These stick to the hair shaft, so you've got to like kind of scrape it off, which sounds, I know this sounds gross, guys, I know this, but if you're watching this, then you want to know. So then you get it, and if you had it on your finger, you wouldn't even be able to see it. So I just have like a wipey or a sink and get rid of them, because now they're off their head, we're good, but we don't want to like put them on a hat or something like that. So you're gonna go through each little bit. And so when I was going through the kids' hair, I started, you can start at the front or the back, and piece by piece, and then just keep going. You know, don't go this fast. Keep going, and then you're gonna go side to side, and that's how you're gonna do it. Now they like to mostly be behind the ears and around here, or right here on the head. We didn't really see a lot up here. So you're gonna go and do that. Now, before you even do that, this is what I suggest. What we did after talking to somebody whose daughter had them like every year, and they hire a professional to come. The professionals don't use that poison stuff. They have different techniques, but what this one lady did is she douses the hair with olive oil and lets it sit for 12 hours, so while you were sleeping. And then after that, all of the if there were any live lice, they will be dead, and then the nits will slide off of your hair more. Now, like I said, they look like tiny, tiny little dandruff flakes, but it kind of clears, and it almost looks like, you know, like rock candy, crystallized. It almost looks like somebody had the liquid form of that, and just tiny little splatters, and one tiny little one got in the hair. So if you're just looking through that, I swear you would not have known anybody in my family had lice, okay? We weren't all, I did see one kid, I saw Isaiah itch for a little bit, but nobody was itching, okay? So maybe we just got it really early, but you really want to go hair by hair, and so it takes a long time. So with the olive oil, what we did is I got a bunch of shower caps. They were 94 cents for 15 of them at Walmart, and we just flipped everybody's head over, and we got olive oil, and we went into the scalp, and then we got it all through our hair. And then we just wrapped our hair up like this. And of course, anything like a ponytail holder brush, you want to boil those, okay, for at least 30 minutes. Then I put on the shower cap. Now, this would just slip off my head at night, right? So you definitely want to put towels down when you sleep. Now you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I was like, I am keeping this olive oil on my head and the kid's head for as long as we can. As long as we can. I want it to be like Jurassic Park, you know, killing everything up there in a non-toxic way. Now I found these little guys at Walmart. They were $2.30 each. It says stay on satin. And so what we did with the girls is, after we did the shower caps, this kind of has like a little bonnet feel. So we just put it over our head right here. And then it crosses over. So it's like a turban. Now I put my head way at the top, like my hair, but if I put it back here, then it wouldn't look as silly. So here's kind of what this looks like. So it's going to protect me now from getting it from anybody else, and it's also going to protect anybody that has it from them escaping while you're in between trying to treat it. I'm going to do a separate video exactly through how I treated it and what to do about the house, but I kind of want to just give you an idea of what having lice might be like. We have 7 people in our family, so we are taking it very seriously. So the next thing, so I want you to think about, doesn't discriminate by age, race. Now, statistics show that African Americans get it less, but that's really because they put more oil on their hair a lot of times. Both of our sons are African American, and we don't put as much oils on their heads, and they both got it. So that really kind of backs up that it's the oils that are put on the head, and not their race or anything like that. Now, coarse hair and the cuticle, more of an oval cuticle, is less susceptible to getting it, but both of them, very coarse hair. Myself, I have very coarse hair. We never found any lice on me. We found like 3 little nits on me, which is gross enough, but like I said, I am just like putting it out there. I don't care if people judge, because I'm telling you, someday you're going to be thankful that you have this information. Some other facts about lice. Now, the nits with the little eggs, they need to be warm. They need to be by your scalp. They need your body heat to incubate. So if you remove them, even move them down the hair shaft, they're probably not going to live. If they are left alone on a piece of clothing or somewhere, they're not just going to sit there and wait to get on somebody's head. It's the lice that hatch and that are on someone's head that crawl from hair to hair. So that's what the problem is, all right? But those lice, even, they're going to die in 1 to 3 days. They're not going to be living, because the lice need blood from your head. They do. People itch because of lice saliva. Gross, right? The lice need blood immediately. They will die. If you cut off that blood supply, they will die. And the nits need warmth. So if you either kill them with actually a lot of heat, that will kill them, the nits, and then the lice, if you kill them by drowning them with olive oil, or if you cut off their supply. That's really the deal, guys, is cutting off their supply, so it's getting them off of the head. And like I said, I'm going to go through exactly how we treated them. I gave you a little preview in another video, but you need to know these things, that they don't come from animals, that they have their own lice, species specific lice. They don't come from animals. They are not going to be like growing in the corner of your house or, you know, some dirty place. It's from head to head. It's from giving a hug. It's from sharing a comb. It's from passing a hat down. It's that kind of thing. It's from snuggling with your kids. It's not bad. Like, nobody's doing anything bad when they pass lice. Now, here's the thing, is that it needs to be more open, and when you have it, you just need to tell people that you are with, because they just need to learn to check their heads and how to do it. Because like I said, our family didn't even know. The only reason we found is because my mom was carefully blow drying my daughter's head, and she's like, my head started to itch. My mom took 5 minutes before she found one. So it's not always really just like, oh, there it is. And so you might have them right now. Does that make you itch? Are you itching yet? You probably don't. Like I said, I've gone 34 years without any exposure to them. So you probably don't, but it's not like a, oh, look, nothing there kind of thing. Now, I said that they don't live, you know, just like in a corner and that kind of thing. Now, it still, though, is important that you take anything that your head would have touched, pillows, beddings, stuffed animals, hats, clothing that's up there, scarves, and that you wash it on high heat for 30 minutes, and then you dry it on high heat for 30 minutes. For things that can't be washed in the water, like the actual pillow, put them in the dryer on high for 30 minutes, and then I would say do that and then try to let them be, and then it would actually be good if they were really cold for a while, but let them be alone. But that should zap them and get rid of them. The key is that you don't want the cycle to continue. So like, let's say you clean your whole head, you get them off, but you have 3 nits in there. Then you go to bed and one falls off and it falls off your pillow, and even though you got your pillow on high heat the night before, you didn't do it this night, then you have a problem there. Now, probably if that happened, is going to die because they can't live off of the head. But that's one reason that you need to just keep sanitizing. The other thing is, if you have things like hair ties, stuffed animals that you're not going to wash on high heat, put them in a bag, tie them up for like a month, because there's a 21-day cycle. So if there's anything on there that you can't see, you want to just suffocate it, let them all die off. After 21 days, might as well make it an even month, and then you're good. Brushes, combs, every time you would use this, you would boil it in hot water for 30 minutes and to sanitize it and kill anything that was there. You can zap the problem yourself by being meticulous with this. However, if you're like, I don't want to deal with it, then find one of those places, call them, have them come out and do it. It's probably going to be worth your money. So that is it for right now. I want to make separate videos on these different things depending on what you really want to do. So I'm going to do one on how we treated the whole family's heads completely, how we lived our life within this this time period, and what we did to sanitize and make sure that it isn't reoccurring. So come back, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you will be notified when these next videos go up. Check out the description for different links for some of the things I talked about, and I will see you later. I hope you never have to deal with this, but you know what? I feel like I've got a big, wild life, and sometimes I feel like it's happening to me, but I am not going to live it quiet. I want to share so that it helps others, and so it helps you. If you ever run into some of these crazy snafus that I do, but something like this, it's really normal. You don't have to feel as gross as I did, but I will catch you later. You can find our whole blog with all the information at losingitwithsamaandash.com. On Facebook, we're facebook.com/losingitwithsamaandash, and on Instagram, I'm Happy Fit Mama 5. See you later.